Hi, good morning. So this is going to be my next book haul, and I'm going to try to get Venefica's approach findings up tomorrow. So these are books I have sort of fiddling around with the camera. These are books I have gotten over the last few months. Now it's not a lot of books here. I've been focusing more on occult books, but there are some. So let's start with some role-playing game books. The first one is Reap the Whirlwind for Vampire Requiem by White Wolf Game Studios. Now, this was a free RPG book, but it was the PDF that was free. I bought it as a physical copy. Now, what this is that it introduces the new Vampire the Requiem setting. And I have already had a play session with that. A friend of mine was a GM. And so far, I think it's pretty okay. However, I do get a bit of the same feeling I did when I made Requiem. That I sort of changes it around just enough that you need to buy new books that I can justify putting out new player's guide, new all of that, while at the same time keeping the setting relatively the same. So yeah, we'll see. The book that explains the setting completely is coming out in not too long, so I will reserve judgment until then. And then I have the God Machine Chronicle for uh, New World of Darkness, also by White Wolf Game Studios. All the role-playing game books I've gotten right now that in this lot are from White Wolf. And this is basically a huge campaign, and it's a pretty good book. And then I have Skinner for Werewolf the Apocalypse. And yeah, that's one thing. I have always liked Samuel Hyde, this really usually hated character because people hate him because he is a combination character. He is a werewolf, he has spare magic, and he is a ghoul with vampire powers too, and I don't remember if he got anything else. And he's sort of been told that this is why it's horrible to have uh, basically those kinds of combination characters. But I really thought, what's the problem? He's a good antagonist for those games he's in. Would I use basically Samuel Hyde for a just standard normal vampire game, for example? No, I wouldn't. But for the very pulpy storylines that he's in, he works fine. And I'm going to make a video at some point about my opinions on that because I am one of the few World of Darkness players who have absolutely no problem whatsoever with combination characters as long as they're used right. Anyway, Skinner brings Samuel Hyde back, but in a somewhat different form than he was in the earlier books. And my last role-playing game book of the lot are Mage Translation Guide. What this does is that it gives you a way to take elements from Mage Ascension and bring it into Mage Awakening and vice versa. And this is the thickest one, as far as I know, of the translation guidebooks. I have all of them. It's one for vampire, one for werewolf, and this one for mage. And I think this one is the most useful one. And why is that? Because many people that I play with have a problem with not the setting, but the magic system in Mage Ascension. It is a system that is somewhat difficult to get your head around. I really love it, but it's a complicated system. So, and it's also extremely powerful. So, for some games it can actually be quite useful to take Mage the Awakening and use that in the setting of Mage Ascension and so on. I'm pretty impressed with that book. Well, let's get on to some fiction books, some novellas. I've got Trapped. This is book I think 5. It's book 5 of the Iron Druid Chronicles. So I bought the 6th one. It's on its way to me, and when I have that, then I'm completely caught up with that series. So new books will be arriving, but then I've bought every book that has been published previously. And then I have Dracula Everlasting Volume 2. I really liked Volume 1. It's just an interesting little vampire tale. And this is manga. And I have one more manga book, and that is Loveless number 11. And then I have Libriomancer book 1, and I found this secondhand. You can see it has a bit of a marking here and so on, but it's otherwise in pretty good condition. And I found it pretty cheap, and I just had to then have a look at it because the concept is brilliant. It's about this man who has the power to pull things out of books. So, I mean, it would be like, oh, I read Dracula, oh, I really like Mina, she has some nice ass. Whoop. Now there she is in the room beside me. Of course, this then leads to problems, and yeah, sounds like a great deal of fun. And these last 3 books here, me and my hubby was out on a date yesterday. We went to various stores, we had some pizza, it was very nice. And one bookstore had some deals where they sold out some fancy books cheap, so I got this one. And it is book, I think it might be 6. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it's book 7 of this series called The Great Pleasant. However, it just had this great idea for a plot behind. It is basically a lot of people continuously develop magical abilities and go on a rampage, and of course they have to be stopped. And yeah, and the fact the book is gorgeous. So since this was pretty cheap, what I was thinking I'll do is that I got this, and then I'll pick up book 1. And with that, and if I like it, I can just then get the other books in the series, and I got book 7 pretty cheap. And if I don't like it, I will probably just sell both of them. And I think I've forgotten the authors on these 2. Basically, The Sculpted Pleasant Kingdom of the Wicked is written by Derek Lundy. Libriomancer is written by Jim C. Hines. Loveless is written by Yuna Koga. Dracula Everlasting is written by D. Phillips and Ware plus Rhea Sylvan. And Trapped and Iron Druid Chronicles is written by Kevin Harn. So yeah, and then I got the second books in the books of beginning, the Fire Chronicle by John Stevens. And the last book I have for this haul is Dragon Age Asunder by David Gaider. I just had to have I really like Dragon Age. I love the setting they made for it, and the Dragon Age books so far have been pretty nice. And this one has such an interesting concept. It's set after Dragon Age 2, and as anyone who has played that game, I don't give away too many spoilers, but basically, let's just say the situation between mages and Templars are not any better. And this is the main character is a young mage, and there's been a lot of murders going on, and he is the only one who can see the murderer. And as such, of course, he gets accused because he's a mage. He's there. Of course, he's guilty. And he has to go on this great quest to prove his innocence, or bad things will happen to him. So yeah, I really like that. That was my book haul. Not a very big one this time, but I think I got some good stuff. So have a great day, and blessed be.